Hello, everybody, and welcome to the overview of the Producer's Live Letter 63, Part 1. And without any further ado, let's get into it. So, the new patch will be called Debt Unto Dawn, and it will be released in two parts. The first one will be Tuesday, April the 13th at 2021, and the second one will be releasing at the end of May, sometime after the fan festival that will be happening on that same month. So, as far as content goes, we will have the main scenario quests coming out in part 1 and 2. Part 1 will be in April and part 2 will be in May. We'll got a new instance dungeon called Paglaton, which probably butchered the pronunciation, but you know what. And finally, the final chapter of the Sword of Warlet, which will see the end of the Weapons Saga. And this is where we get our Mecha Dragon. We will have a new trial called the Cloud Deck, and of course the extreme version of that trial. Also, a new Alliance raid, the Yorha Dark Apocalypse Chapter 3, called the Tower of Paradigm Breach. Also be looking at job adjustments, the ending of the 18th feast season and the beginning of the 19th, Save the Queen update on the quests, and the current Unreal trial will actually receive a new primal. For the crafters and gatherers, we'll have higher and harder to craft recipes. Every time you open your map using the gathering log, now it will indicate the areas where the points appear, so a little bit more detail. And the fish will be updated as far as the new type of fish that you can get on the fishing holes. And the Ishgardian restoration is over, but it will not be dead. So in the firmament will periodically have celebrations in honor of the restoration, and we will get a new custom delivery client, the Count Charlemagne of Durandare, which I assume will be in the firmament. Okay, on the triple triad, we'll have an adjustment on the 4-star cards that you can use on your decks. The drop rates from the NPCs, which you try to get their cards out in the overworld, will be increased, and a reward will be added if you obtain all the triple triad cards. For the Explorer mode, they will be adding the level 70 dungeons. The level sync and the item level sync can be disabled, though I don't see how this is like a big deal. And also, you will be able to play instruments while inside those dungeons in Explorer mode. New indicators for the bonuses while you're ocean fishing are going to be added. There's going to be new instruments on performance mode. The Mecha Dragon that comes in as a reward for getting all the quivers will be introduced as well. There's going to be new stuff on the Gold Saucer. You can now save your Blue Mage actions on a hotbar, and you will be able to accept achievement rewards from your achievement list, which means you don't have to go to Gridania anymore. You just pop on your achievement list like this, and there will be a button right to the side of the achieve that will be able to reap your reward without having to go to Jonathan. So let's talk about our new trial, the Cloud Deck, which we will be facing the last weapon in the series of the Chronicles of Warlet. A couple of things you need to know about this. One, it will be fought in the air, kind of like Bismarck. Two, you can fall off the stage at any time. And three, there will be no positionals for this boss fight, which means ninjas, monks, samurais, and what have you. Anything that uses positionals will be able to get max damage from any point of the boss. As for the Ishgardian restoration update, we will be introduced to a new mechanic called the Fets, which is a celebration held in honor of the restoration of Ishgard. The period of this celebration will last for 24 hours. There will be a break between 1 and 2 days, then another 24-hour celebration period, and another break between 1 and 2 days. The fetes, which would be something akin to fates in the firmament, will be held every 2 hours, which means in the 24-hour celebration period, you will have the opportunity to do 12 of these. These will be competitive events for crafters and gatherers, similar to Fates once again, and each of the feats or feats will give you loot depending on your participation rating. So you could have like more average items all the way to very rare depending how well you do on each of the celebration periods. So for the PS5 version, we will have the fast loading times, the 4K display, which you can choose between the 4K 2160, the WKHD 1440p, or the Full HD at 1080p. There will be high resolution UI assets that will be added into your HUD. A DualSense haptic feedback will be 100% compatible with the game. There will be additional trophies, and of course, the 3D audio support that we all know and love. So for the emotes, since they're starting to pile up and we have so many, default or otherwise, they have decided to add a search engine for your emotes. Here we have the Japanese version, but of course when the patch comes out, you will have the full English version or the other language that you selected. And now after 8 years, our direction markers for the boss and mobs gets a revamp. Not only you will have a brand new and improved direction marker on the hitbox, you'll also have 2 arrows on the sides that will also point where the boss is turned. Now that has 2 functions. Number 1 is pass that arrow behind, your positionals will do more damage. Pass that arrow forward, your positionals will do less damage. But those same arrows also indicate where the boss is turned, so you don't have to look all the way to you don't have to zoom out your camera just to see where his face is, or even if it's one of those bosses that you can tell which one's the face, which one's the butt. This will help you out immensely. Since the dragon's going to be introduced in this patch, we had another sneak peek. Here's a picture of him in flight, and then our director Yoshi P gave us a picture of him on land. This thing looks absolutely amazing. Can't wait to grab mine. And now they will be introducing a new category of mounts. So these ones appear to be reskins of old mounts, but they are covered in gold. And he hasn't mentioned any prices yet, but he said there will be more than 1 or 2 million each. So since people are complaining that they don't have a place where to spend their guild, here you go. Now you can spend it. And with the launch of the patch 5.5, so is the launch of the open beta for the PS5 version of the game. If you are a PS4 player and you have a PS5, the only thing you have to do to join this is download the PS5 Upgrade Edition. If you are a new player and you have a PS5, then you will have to go and download the free trial for the PS5. Of course, details how to do this will be posted on the Lodestone. Another thing important to note is that this open beta is not really something to detect bugs, because most of those have been ironed out. This is more of a dress rehearsal, because this open beta version will not be up for long, and they fully expect to upgrade it to the full version very, very soon after they launch this open beta. And this was an overview of everything that was talked about on part 1 of the live letter. I hope it helps. And until the next one, peace out.